Hello everybody, it's Mr. Cooper here and Mrs. Finn. I hope you're all well. Apologies we weren't here on the vlog yesterday. We were just waiting to start the new week, and we're going to reduce the number of videos we do each week because there's less to update and things are starting to tick and get into motion now. So we'll be updating you as and when we feel necessary. So today, two things we're just going to briefly talk to you about. Mrs. Finn's going to talk to you about Wellbeing Wednesday, and I'll be talking about our exciting new updates with our timetable revisions, looking for if we move into week 3. So I'll hand you over to Mrs. Finn first of all, who's going to talk about the up and coming Wellbeing Wednesday.
Thank you, Mr. Cooper. Good afternoon, boys and girls and parents. I hope you've all really enjoyed the learning that's gone out yesterday and today. Again, it is an absolute joy to see the learning that's coming back and the way that students are responding to the teachers as well. It has been wonderful to see. We are happy to announce that this Wednesday, as a one-off, we're going to have a Wellbeing Wednesday. Now, the reason that we're having this is because we're aware that some of you are finding it a little bit difficult just to keep up with the volume of work that's coming through while you're still getting used to working the technology. I think, we've still got so many children engaging. We've still got about 95% of children engaging with activities every day, which is amazing. But we just want to give you a chance to catch up a little bit, but also to switch off and to do some nice activities as a family. So this Wednesday, there will be 4 activities in all of the year groups. So we're going to have some activities for FS, some activities for Key Stage 1, for Lower Key Stage 2, and for Upper Key Stage 2. So if you've got children in Year 5 and Year 6, for example, they might have the same activities that day. So the 4 activities will follow the same theme across all the year groups. So we're going to have a chance for a family wellbeing session, so something that you can do together. I'm sure that mummies and daddies might appreciate that time as well. If you've got siblings across the school, they will be able to do those activities together. If you've got siblings in different year groups where they've maybe got different activities that have been set that day, it might be that you choose one to do together as a family. You don't have to do all of them. We're also going to be setting you an activity for your physical well-being. So in addition to the PE lessons that are happening this week, there will be another physical task for you. And then we will be allowing you to focus a little bit on mindfulness, to be stopping and just reflecting, maybe thinking about your breathing. I think maybe we all need that right now, just to sort of ground ourselves again. And the last activity in the day will be along the lines of giving back. So ideally, the teachers are going to be thinking of some things where the children can give back maybe to the community. So it might be the community within the school, it might be the wider community. Some of the things that we are thinking of already, it might be that they are creating posters around, hand washing for the younger children, if they're maybe older children in the school. So we've got different ideas for Wednesday, and it's really to allow you to sort of stop, catch up with everything, have some unplugged time from the computers. We don't expect you to be uploading lots of pictures or anything that day. Anything that gets uploaded, the teachers might just give it a quick like, but again, it's just to let everybody sort of catch their tail this week and to sort of stop and reflect and think about our well-being, which, as we know, is the most important thing. And I'll hand you back to Mr. Cooper, who's going to talk to you about some possible changes that we might be making to the timetable from next week.
Okay, thank you very much. It's really exciting for Wellbeing Wednesday coming this week. Yes, so obviously at the moment we're looking to working towards this 2-week window of remote learning, but we're also aware that potentially this could be extended, and so we're making provisional plans of how to make this more manageable if this is extended beyond the 2 weeks. And so we've taken on lots and lots of feedback from the children, from the teachers, and of course you as parents as well. So we've started to review the timetable, and that is still ongoing this week, with the view that if this is extended beyond this 2-week period, we can then roll out this brand new timetable. There's nothing going to change in terms of the number of subjects, but what we're looking at is making sure there's a balance of core subjects, that's maths, English, science, Arabic, Islamic and social studies, and also our non-core subjects, which are your specialist subjects, and of course your connected curriculum, etc. And so the idea is we've got some really kind of core subjects followed directly by a non-core subject such as PE. So the children may do something quite academic, followed by something a bit more fun, a bit more away from the iPad or the desk, to get them up and active. And so the idea is that each day will be far more balanced and allow the children to move through and have a balance between really academic subjects and then those non-core subjects. And of course, we're also looking at reviewing how our Zoom sessions are utilised and when those occur to make sure that they best suit both our teachers and of course our children and parents. So we're looking at about the length of time for those Zooms and when those occur during the day, and also how they tie into those core subjects. So for example, looking at potential Zoom sessions that would focus particularly on English, and then follow that up with the English lesson being released on Seesaw, and then later in the day a Zoom session focusing on mathematics, and then of course following that up with the maths lesson on Seesaw. So the children will have a greater flow of the Zoom sessions leading directly into the activities that have been set on Seesaw. We're also looking at introducing, should we go into a week 3, of live Arabic lessons as well, which would be something really fantastic for all of our children, both Arabic A and Arabic B, so that they can practice their speaking and listening skills with their Arabic teacher, which would be fantastic to see. With this structure as well, that balance of core and non-core subjects will also allow our teachers more allotted time to focus on that feedback, because as all subjects have been released in the morning, teachers are finding it a bit difficult to figure out what they're feeding back to when. And so by structuring a timetable in this way, it'll also hopefully allow our teachers to be more precise in when they're delivering their feedback to children and when they can then move on and focus on to their next subject. So all of these things and aspects have been looked into, and how this is all going to be pulled together across the primary school. And if we are moving into week 3, which we have no information about yet, but we always like to plan and prepare just in case, we'll be looking to roll this new timetable out next Sunday. So we'll keep you updated with if we hear anything about whether this is going to be extended into week 3 or not, and we will keep you posted. But some very exciting updates based upon your feedback as parents, but also the feedback from our pupils as well, to benefit everybody. So apart from that, I think that's everything. I think I'd just like to thank all the parents and pupils for your fantastic feedback. It is, of course, that feedback that is exceptionally important, that allows us to make these changes and tweaks that, to best suit our community at WEC. I hope you've all had a very good weekend. Mrs. Finn, have you got anything else to add?
No, and just that obviously if we are back in school on Sunday, then we'll get our shoes back on, we'll get our school uniforms back on, and we'll go skippy into school, because it will be the best day ever. Otherwise, we'll go ahead with all the plans.
Absolutely. So again, I hope you've all had a great weekend. We look forward to a really exciting week ahead, our Wellbeing Wednesday, and of course the preparations for next week, should we extend, to tweak the timetable so it makes it much more manageable for our teachers, for our children and for our parents. So have a good evening, switch off, unplug, and we'll see you again very, very soon. See you later.
Thank you. See you in the morning.